Yo, yo, Tony D back at it with an odd one. Black Orchid. I was slumming in the boxes, came across this little bad boy. I know a little bit about the history, and then Neil Gaiman came out with a series on it that was a pretty big hit. This is what followed that, and it just piqued my interest. Just one of those things in the bin. I'll check this out. Dave McKean cover. Totally dig his stuff. Check him out. This was the DC Vertigo imprint, and Dick Foreman is the writer. Jill Thompson doing the art. Stan Woch colors. So this is 1993. So this is one of those books where it flies under the radar. It's following a big hit with the first Black Orchid miniseries, but it drew me in, and the ending is artfully done, but we'll get to that. So we start off, you have some policemen. They run across some nefarious activity in an alley. They don't really know what's going on. They think somebody needs help, and this particular person turns around, and she just takes off. And so that guy's already perished, and the artwork's not bad. It just has that simple comic art, no hyperrealism. You know how I do here in the mega shop. Simplicity is the essence of all beauty, and this captures it in some spots. So the police, they're looking, and they're telling, this is talking past tense, hey, we did this, we did that. But they turn this corner, and they see this. And another thing about this character, you don't know if she's an antagonist or the protagonist. You get a feeling of both. The writer does an excellent job talking about the pheromones. Like, she does have a pheromone ability that she can control. There's some mind control abilities. And you just really find that out as you're flipping through. So we get to this character who you're really invested in. It's a writer, and he's investigating some of these things that are going on in the city, and he's pretty sharp. He's piecing it together. When you get a lot of this, you get these everyday doings of somebody in their everyday life, and it mimics real life, really. Hey, you're getting up, you're getting your coffee. The writer did an excellent job investing you in this character. So Floor Black, that's the name of the person, and he does enough detective work to find this person. She runs one of them places. I'll let you figure that out. And talks about meeting her, and there's some strange qualities. And it's funny when they talk about it in a sense that they know that something happened to them, but it's happenstance. But they do have this sense of when it happens. And the writer did a really good job of dropping those nuggets in here. So he's getting more background on Floor Black, but this writer, he's a good detective. He's piecing things together. It's good detective work for writing. And he's doing more, and he runs into a producer, and she went to go get a job, and she wants to be a model. And she's telling him what her name is, but I want to be known as this. There's a hint that's showing you the powers are kicked in, and this guy he does it. So it's interesting, they have a commercial shoot for Sweetie Bar. I thought that was funny. And he goes to the store right after the shoot and just buys as many of these as he can. He's just eating them. So he calls his bosses, we got to hire her. So he's under that thrall. So the power doesn't work over the television. That was an important thing I picked up on. So the guys watching on the screen, they're not affected. What are they talking about? This chick sucks. So he keeps staking his career on it, and then he loses his job, and yeah, there you go. So our reporter, more investment in him. He's doing all this hard work where you're just invested. He's putting more clues together. So now he starts talking to a lot of people that have had contact with Floor Black. And they all talk about their interactions. This guy has a really good one. He talks about his interaction. He was hearing the Getting Birds address for the first time. Something wonderful. And he's starting to piece this together. What is going on here? So now we have a politician having a rally, and there's somebody there and it's just doing what they do. And she happens to be there. And this is what really gets me confused. Is this a protagonist or antagonist? It kicks in and our writer sees it, sees what's happening. And so she's talking to this guy. The closer she gets, he comes under that power. So she does something a protagonist would do. And then you get more of the talking where it builds more of that sense of depth of the character that you're dealing with. So the writer, she's got to be metahuman. It dawns on him. So he does his research back on metahumans that have this type of ability. He's figured it out. Runs into the old black orchid. And he's just piecing it together. And he really figures out where she's at. These are just all coming together. You're getting more invested in this character. And he figures out that she's hiding Flora Black. And she doesn't want to cause trouble. And so he goes to where she's at. He gets it out of her. And this is where it gets really impactful. So he goes into this place and he's being followed by these guys. They're trying to pinpoint this metahuman and kidnap him, and he knocks. Good panel work. Boom. So he goes in, and it's obvious the pheromone trails. He gets hit by it. He feels that scent. It's things that are familiar to him, what he's smelling. So it has that ability to pull memories. The writing is really good. This is why I'm saying this really flew under the radar. I think it's one of those where you're following up a big-time writer and it gets lost in the shuffle. Not everyone may resonate with it, but it did me. The writing did for sure. She tells him, hey, there's some guys coming up and you're going to pull a gun out of that drawer and you're going to save me. Hold them off. And he's like, what is she talking about? She even apologizes to him. And it's cold-blooded. You shouldn't have led them to me. So she knows what's going to happen. And we're invested. It gives you a sense of the power, how it works. So he goes to the drawer. He's compelled to open it. And sure enough, there it is. And as these guys come in, he just starts doing it. And he's even describing what's going on in his mind as he's doing this. I got that one. Surprised the second guy got him, but the next guy's ready. And he even says it. He plugs me. And then you get this panel right here. This panel is the best panel in the whole book. Celestial music. And it's purple like her. I don't know. Do you think she implanted that in there to give him some peace? But beautifully done. You're invested in this guy. And that goes down. So yeah. I'm going to take another stab at another issue. It was one of those things. Piqued my interest. Since it's an older book, I'll give it the E-Gerb for particle absorption abilities. Let me know what you think. That's the beauty of bin diving. I love digging. Something piques my interest or tugs on a memory, I just go for it. So it's all good. If you have any of those types of books, let me know. We'll get them on the channel and we'll do what we do. It's all good. So, outro. Get it.